Welcome, everybody, to the podcast today. I'm doing it on giving your energy to relationships and situations. But before I start that, I just wanted to let you know that on my Real Relationships, which is like a more normal site, like just everyday stuff, no woo-woo in it, I'm starting a collection of podcasts on losing friends because I think it's huge. Like we've all had it and we all suffer from it. And there's no one who hasn't lost friends or had to walk away from friendships. And you might find that interesting. So all you have to do is at the top of the page on my spiritual energy work page, there'll be the links, and you press the links and it comes up into Real Relationships. I can't double them up, unfortunately. I would put it on this one, but YouTube won't let you do it. So if you're interested, whiz over and have a look. But today we're talking about giving energy to relationships and situations. I did one on investment, but this is a little different. This is about how much energy you give into a relationship and then how much energy the other person gives into the relationship. It's more from an energetic point of view. And you might feel that you've spent your life nurturing, giving energy to so many people, but felt unnourished, and that's because they don't give the energy back. So when I went in checking some of my relationships, old and new, I could just see that there was a difference. For example, I was giving like a plate worth of energy and they were giving me like 50-cent piece worth, a little small egg cup. And that's why there was always a difference between us in the energetic exchange. And I think once you start looking at this, you might decide whether you want to give a plate to someone who's giving you an egg cup. That's what this is really about. I actually think the energy equates to love. And if you're a very loving person, it'll be easy for you to give that. However, if you are giving all your energy out and the energy is not coming back in, then you're going to be in deficit. And actually, you're probably not going to feel that good about stuff. And you'll always be wondering why, like, they didn't ring you back or why you haven't heard from them or why they weren't interested. It's because they're not making an energetic input. We're talking about energy here, actual exchange of energy. What I did was I went and looked at all my relationships. And then when I noticed the ones, and this can be in your family, your friends, and your work, when I noticed my most important relationships in my life had very little energetic input. For example, say this guy called Terry, and he puts in like an egg cup and I'm putting in a dinner plate. I had a look at that and I thought, well, that's not really a good thing because he's not sick or he's not in great need that I have to be giving more to him than he to us. This is just normal stuff going on. So what I did was I pulled my energy back that I'm giving from him, so we were equal. And I think it's the balance. It's not that I stop loving him or won't be there or I won't give him support. It's not about that. It's just that I'm investing a huge amount of energy and not much is coming back. It's not right energetically. And it makes it very like top heavy. The relationship will be top heavy. You can have this in your family as well. You're making a big investment towards somebody, they're not making an energetic investment back to you. Or you can have that even the opposite, where they're making a lot of energy towards you and you're not giving much back. And I want you to have a look at that if you're not giving much. Because you might have, like, for example, with your mum, maybe your mum's giving a lot of energy to the relationship with you and her, but maybe you're not giving much back. Or maybe your brother's giving a lot to you and you're not giving much back. You might want to have a look at that. I asked with my pendulum, because that's like my eyes, my spiritual eyes, to have a look at the difference. But you might actually also get a sense of how it is. It will be also better for you energetically to balance the book, so to speak, because then those relationships are more balanced and the energy exchange is better. And it's more like I give you the egg cup, you give me the egg cup, I give you the dinner plate, you give me the dinner plate. And you won't be dissipating your energy out. Because I have a feeling that if you're listening to these podcasts, you're probably sending out a lot of energy all the time. And that can be your energy and it can be tiring and you can find it draining. The other situations besides relationships are actual scenarios that you are in. So maybe you're giving too much energy to work, or maybe you're giving too much energy to a situation like this war right now. Maybe you're getting too worried about and giving it too much energy, and you have no way of changing it except sending love and light, of course, but on a physical level, you can't change it. You might be giving too much energy to a family crisis or a family fight. You might also be giving too much energy to something that's going on around you, that a neighbourhood thing that's happening, something that you're involved in, but maybe you're just giving too much energy to it. And that's a really good thing to look at, because if your friend's going through now a divorce, right, and she's going to leave her husband, you can end up giving too much energy to that in relation to what you should be giving for the situation. I'm not talking about pulling out love and not being there to support. It's kind of an energetic thing I'm talking about. And yes, we can equate it to being similar to love, but it's actually energy you're giving. So you can do that for a while to give support, but then afterwards you might need to balance it back. That's all I'm trying to say. When people are in sick or in need or going through trauma or crisis, we tend to give a lot of energy out to them, and that's a good thing. However, if it's not sustained by the other person, once we're back into the more normal world, then you might need to look at that. I think many people don't actually think about how much energy they're giving to certain relationships or situations, particularly situations. You'll notice that you have a really strong energy input when you're talking about it a lot. So if you keep talking about the person or you keep talking about the situation, that is your energetic input into it. Because talking about it, or thinking about it, shows that's where you are energetically. So you might want to pull that back, not talk about it, that friend of yours, not talk about as much, and not talk about the situation that's going on around you that you're getting too involved in. It's good to be involved, but it's not good to be sending out too much energy and getting drained, because when energy goes out and then energy doesn't come back in, you'll be on deficit, and that's what I'm kind of talking about. That's why lots of people who are nurses, teachers, healers, anyone like that, who are working, hairdressers, for example, who are working with people when the energy's going out and the energy's not coming back in, that's why they go into burnout. It's why they get more tired, because it's all energetic. So I want you to go and have a look at your relationships and any scenarios and things that are happening around you that you think you might be putting too much energy in, and pull the energy back. And that's all you have to do is see the person, you just pull the energy back into you, and then you pull the energy back from the situation, pull it back into you. That's all. And then you make a conscious, energetic choice to not energetically send too much or keep going there, keep doing it. The other person will feel it. The withdrawal, they'll feel it. The situation's not so much, but the other person will feel it. But then you're making it more equal. I think you'll also be less cranky about it, because on a sense we know this. We'll know that they're not inputting as much as we are in relationships or friendships. We'll know that. But by doing this, we equal it energetically, and then it's going to be less annoying to us or upsetting to us when we're doing everything and we feel like they don't do very much. And usually it's because that's actually how it is. You're doing a whole lot and they're not doing very much. It also stops you from investing in people and situations that aren't going to be benefited from it. For example, if you're with someone who invests like an egg cup with you and you're doing the dinner plate, that investment is kind of wasted, really. Whereas if you pull it back and you both do egg cups, it's much more balanced. It's not a waste of your energy, because that's the thing. It's how you use your energy is how you're going to cope down here. And that's why they keep talking about that people are draining. Well, they are, but it's also because the amount we're sending from us and the amount we're getting back, they drain you in a kind of a weird way. It's hard to explain, I suppose, but the way I see it is you become drained because you are in the relationship and you are giving a lot and they are wanting a lot and they are expecting a lot. So you keep giving a lot. So you actually get drained. However, from the other point of view, they're not actually nourishing you back. And I really like that word, nourish. If you don't feel nourished in a relationship, you pretty much are right. You're not nourished. Go away and have a look at your relationships and the situations around you and decide how much energy you want to give to everything. Do the pullback into your aura, and I think you'll actually feel better about actually being in the relationship too, because it'll be more balanced energetically, and that will be better for you. And in a weird way, it's better for them, because they can either enjoy all your extra energy, or they can actually feel suffocated by your extra attention and energy because they don't want that much. And that's another thing to look at. Are you giving people too much and they don't really want it or need it? So that's what I was looking at today. Go and check out my other podcasts on real relationships. This is about losing friends. I'm going to do quite a lot actually on that one when you want to. And I hope you have a happy week. And I'm sending you lots of love and lots of light.